Hi, I'm Anita Ban, and we've just enjoyed a wonderful section with Dr. Olufemi Akintunde. And I have here with me Miss Precious.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Hello, Precious. How are you doing?
I'm very fine. Thank you.
Good to have you here. I just want to ask you, what are the previous topics that's really affected your life positively, and possibly why?
We've had a couple of sessions, empowering sessions, and Dr. Akintunde has spoken about a lot of things, but what has stood out for me is anger management and setting goals. Now, why has that stood out for me? Because as a progressive person, I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to grow. Now, I need to understand that anger is a natural thing, but there's a need to control it so it doesn't get out of hand. Now, Dr. Akintunde has spoken. He said something. He said anger is very natural. It's very natural for you to get angry, but to control it is very, very important. As angry as you get, you need to know your limits. So it's not just because of you, but because of other people. Now, what did I take from that? When I get angry, I just need to calm down, relax, and ask myself very certain questions. If I get angry and I lose it, how would it affect me? How would it affect my reputation and all? So that has opened my mind a lot. So it has helped me understand that, yes, Precious, you can be angry, but you need to know your limits and you need to control it, not for you today, but because of tomorrow and because of what you are trying to achieve as you progress. Now, we also talked about setting goals, which is very important. And he said something very profoundly. He talked about the fact that setting goals is very important. Now, the biggest mistake any human being would make is not having any goals at all to set. It means you've just been living your life, passively. So there's nothing wrong with setting goals and failing. But the most important thing is when you set your goals and you fail, you need to pick them up again and you rise up again. But it's very important we set goals. Why do we set goals? So that we become, we take stock of our lives, we look at what we've done, and it helps us measure up your self-worth. When you set goals and you've achieved so much, it gives you a certain self-esteem. It makes you feel, okay, yes, I can do it. And anything that happens you can tell yourself, I can do this, I can make this happen. So it's really been a blessing.
Thank you very much for this wonderful time. Precious,
yeah.
Were you here on Sunday?
Yes, I was.
Okay, the doctor spoke about being assertive. Some people think it was a bit controversial.
Very, very.
I want to hear your take on that.
Okay. Well, we had a lot of views on Sunday. I mean, being here in Nigeria, we are a culturally based country. So as much as we are pushing it, there's still some elements of culture. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you're trying to be assertive. You want to tell your boss, sir, you don't talk to me like this, and then he's looking at you. Really? I am your boss. And you get the sack letter, of course. But the thing is, this is what I believe. These people are your bosses. So you have to add the respect to it. You have to understand from where they're coming from, especially when your boss is stressed out and he comes to meet you and says, Precious, I need this report. I need it now. And you're like, sir, I would like you to talk to me quietly. Thank you. That's not the right approach, of course. But when he talks to you, you have to understand that, okay, I think he's going through pressures from work, so you just calm down and you need to listen to what he's trying to communicate. He didn't say, Precious, are you stupid? Are you mad? He's saying, Precious, where's the report? I want the report. So he's saying, I want the report. So I just need to get the report done.
So we're saying assertiveness has to also do with integrity.
Exactly.
When it comes to having your integrity intact, you want to have everything to protect it. You want to stand for what you believe in.
Exactly.
That is right.
Yes, it's right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me. Such a wonderful time here.
Lovely, thank you.
All right.
Miss Temitope or Debbie, please, I want to know your view about assertiveness. What do you think about it?
For me, assertiveness is being firm. Like you could be in an organization now and you need to be assertive in front of your boss. I need to tell my boss, I need an increase in my pay. I know my worth. I know my value. Like my boss is right here and I'm going to tell him, increase my pay. I know my worth. Thank you.
Please leave this premises.
I know my worth.
Leave Obani.
I know my worth.
Go to Anthony.
Good afternoon, Sister Bella. Good afternoon.
Now you just watched one of the videos that ensued between one of our members of staff on the topic of assertiveness. Now, what is your take on that? Actually, she was being assertive. So, what's your take on that?
I don't think she was assertive. She was rude. And I think she lacked self-confidence. Yes. She lacked self-confidence. We've actually had a lecture with Dr. Akintunde on self-confidence. I think that's where her problem lies. Not being assertive. She mistook it for something else.
Okay, I was meant to understand here that being assertive means you should be firm. And she was quite firm. In short, very firm, if I must add. She was so firm. So why would you say she lacked self-confidence?
Well, she was not being firm in the right way, or rather, she was firm, but in a very wrong way. I felt she would have just handled it properly. You don't just say that to your boss and you think you're making sense. You're not making common sense here.
So, she needs an increase.
Yes.
Her boss is right there.
Yes.
She tells her boss in the best way she knows how to convey her message. So, how is that being rude?
She needs a little education on that. You're not to tell me what your value is. I should know what your value is by what you've done. So doing that, she actually just messed it all up.
Okay, yes. Now, you're saying is her boss doesn't know her worth because he hasn't increased her pay. So her boss doesn't know her worth. She doesn't have a worth. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's not what I'm trying to say. Saying she knows her worth at that point in time does not make any sense. You can't express your worth by being all, rude and nasty at that point. She was trying to be bold, but that's not boldness. That's not assertiveness. That's not it. She has to learn to convey her message in a more polite way, straightforward, and her point should be clear and known.
Her point was quite clear.
It was
very clear.
Yeah, it was clear in the wrong manner. That's where we are missing it. Being assertive doesn't mean you should be rude. I am assertive. I am not rude. You can't speak like that to your boss. That means you don't mean to be there. Or probably you are the boss and your boss is not the boss.
What you're saying now is there are nicer ways to say that.
Yes, a better approach to that.
Okay.
You're trying to make a point known, and I think you don't have to go all that way, just saying and being bold in the wrong way. She was just being bold in the wrong way. Yes.
So what would be your advice for other young women out there that has her kind of attitude?
You can be very, very firm, but at the same time very polite.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, what an awesome time we've had at the entrepreneurial service. And you've listened to this testimony and they've been wonderful. They've been life-changing. And I just want to encourage you today to make out time and be available for the service every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. And I know that God will touch you in the areas that you need to be touched. God bless you.